Today I'm going to show you guys how to make some cocktails that are perfect for summer sipping, but you can have these any time of year. This is kind of a spin-off of my last video I did earlier this year on how to make 3 frozen cocktails. If you missed that one, click up here. But these are 3 new recipes that I'm sure you're going to enjoy this summer. Let's get started. For these easy keto cocktail recipes, I teamed up with Ultima Replenisher. If you haven't heard of Ultima before, they make electrolyte drink mixes that are delicious, and they recently came out with this one, which is a mocktail version. So there's 3 different flavors in here. We have Appletini, Peach Bellini, and Piña Colada. So you can actually use these to make cocktails or mocktails. And they have electrolytes in them to help keep you hydrated throughout the day. They're sugar-free, calorie-free, vegan, and gluten-free. And I love that they use plant-based dyes, and so that your drink still has some color to it, but we're not having any artificial dyes in there. If you guys are interested in learning more about Ultima and want to try their new mocktail-inspired flavors, click down below in the description box. The first flavor that I want to use is Ultima's Appletini flavor, and we're going to use that to make a sugar-free Appletini cocktail. In a large cup, we're going to add some ice, 2 ounces of vodka, and 4 ounces of water. 1 package of the Ultima Appletini flavor. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of powdered sweetener, and I'm going to be using a erythritol-based sweetener. Now, these drink mixes are slightly sweetened, so you could get away with maybe not adding any additional sweetener. It's up to you. I'm going to add it in these recipes. 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. You want to stir this until everything is mixed and combined, and then just pour this into your martini glass. Add a slice of apple or a cherry, and cheers. This recipe makes 2 cocktails, so 1 for you and 1 to share, or maybe just 2 for you if it's just one of those days. Now, if you did want to make a mocktail version, well then just add more water and omit the vodka completely. Up next, let's make a Peach Bellini. This is going to be a frozen cocktail, so in a blender, I'm going to add around 3 cups of ice, 1 ounce of vodka, 12 ounces of Prosecco or dry champagne. Now, when it comes to selecting your Prosecco or champagne, you do want to watch out and make sure you're not getting, especially a Prosecco with lots of sugar in it. So do your research ahead of time, look up the sugars and the amount of carbs in that brand of Prosecco or champagne. Look for words like dry, avoid anything that says sweet or even fruity. Sometimes that can have added sugars in it. So make sure you do your research before you purchase. 1 teaspoon of powdered sweetener, and then 1 package of the Ultima Peach Bellini flavor. We're going to blend this up until it's combined and then pour it in your glass. This will make 2 cocktails. Now, if you want to make an alcohol-free or a mocktail version of this Peach Bellini, well then all you're going to do is omit the vodka, and in place of the Prosecco or champagne, just add in some sparkling water. The last keto cocktail recipe I'm going to show you how to make is a Blue Hawaiian, and this we're going to use Ultima's Piña Colada flavor. Now, traditionally, a Blue Hawaiian has the flavors of a Piña Colada, but then it's blue because we use blue carousel in it, and that will add like a little bit of an orange flavor as well as the blue coloring. And now we can't use this in any of our sugar-free cocktails because it does contain sugars and carbohydrates. So instead, we're gonna do 2 other things. We're gonna be adding a hint of orange flavor on its own, and then along with some plant-based blue food dye. Now, I'm gonna make this a blended frozen drink. You could absolutely make this on the rocks on ice if you wanted, but I'm gonna start with the blender and add around 3 cups of ice to it. You'll also need 3 ounces of white rum, 1.5 ounces of coconut cream. You can just use the coconut milk and scoop out the cream part if you can't get a hold of any coconut cream. You'll also need 1 packet of Ultima's Piña Colada flavor, And then for the orange, I'm going to be using an orange flavor extract. So it's going to be half a teaspoon of the orange flavor extract. If you didn't want to use that, just use orange zest, about a teaspoon of orange zest. And for the natural blue coloring, I'm going to be adding a half a teaspoon of the blue butterfly pea powder. Now this drink as well, if you wanted to add in a teaspoon of sweetener, you could do that or just drink it as is. We're going to blend this together until it's completely smooth and then pour it into your cocktail glass. You could add a little dollop of whipped cream just to make it even extra creamy. Now, if you wanted to make a mocktail version of this Blue Hawaiian drink, then just omit the rum and add a little bit of water, or you could even do sparkling water instead. I hope you enjoyed all these super easy keto cocktails. Thanks again to Ultima for making this video possible and their awesome new summer mocktail flavors.